Hey, I'm Jay Thomas. Welcome to this week's edition. It's time for Hot Rod Hangout here at Rod's Hot Rods. Guess we shop at the same place, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're kind of twinsies here today. It sort of sucks because it's been really good weather up until now. We've been able to go for drives.
Good weather.
It's just that it's raining today.
Yeah, but still not snowing.
Yeah, it's not snowing. So maybe next week, if it's still good, we'll go for another drive.
I'm still driving a hot rod today.
I know you are, yes. Rod's got a new toy, like he has every other week, and then he's excited for this one. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We got 4 other vehicles to look at today.
Plus the one I'm driving.
Plus one you're driving, yep.
I think there's 9 or 10 that are just about ready on the other side. I was just over there and we're so close.
Yeah.
We don't have room over here anyway, so.
I don't know, we're gonna have to
figure it out.
So next week, maybe it'll be a show at the alley shop, just because we are pretty stuffed in here right now.
Darby's bringing one back today, a really killer hot rod, but we don't have any room for it, so we can bring it to my house.
Exactly. So
for now.
Let's kick things off. We're actually gonna start with something that's right here next to us, which is pretty cool.
We didn't show this one yet?
No, this is part of what we're looking at here today.
All right, well, 67 Chevelle. This is the Chevelle SS. This is the real SS 138, 396.
I guess we went for a drive in it last time.
Oh, it was a little dry. We didn't really talk.
But we didn't really talk about it much. Yeah. We have it all cleaned up and ready to go now, right? So that's kind of why we're looking at it here again. It's pretty cool because it's a Canadian car. Was a 396. Now 468, like it's a 454, right? Board
454 board, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Nice car. You know, I had my hands all over this thing, kind of cleaning it up today, and it really is in like terrific shape. It's fantastic.
Not sure what color this is. It's like it reminds me of the Mopar Hawaiian blue.
Yeah, it's a very like tealy color. In the video, it's probably coming out a little more blue than the green, but
it's a cool color though.
Do you want to pop the hood? I can't do it with just one hand.
Yeah, you're just looking for excuses again.
Actually, it's just funnier to watch you pop the hood. Look at that. That's juicy. Whew.
This thing runs really good too.
Yeah, it does. It sounds great. The hood is actually functional. I know that wouldn't be an original hood with the cowl, but
the reason why this hood was changed is because of the updated motor.
Right.
And the high rise and the carb and everything. It stuck up higher, so that's what the option to do was to change the hood.
Exactly. Nice stereo in it. Looks good. Yeah, this is a nice car.
And it's got we got the counter to documents for it that shows what it is.
Exactly.
Where it was bought new and so on and so forth. So.
Even in here, like look at that. A couple of amplifiers in the back there.
Yeah, it's nice and tidy.
Just nice and tidy, yeah. Really nice car, super nice.
If you want to keep it the same, you can. If you want to put the Corvette rallies on it, there's lots of different ways you can go in this one.
Exactly. Let's zoom over this way. We're gonna look at something that's actually almost the same color, or pretty close.
Close, yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this car. This next car, I'm absolutely head over heels in love. Man, oh man, if my wife wouldn't divorce me because I brought home another car, I would take this home, but that's what would happen. Look at that.
55 Bel Air Chevy. Now, before all the haters jump on, I know you like the car because of what it is. You like the standard transmission and the 6 in it. And see, I think, my vision is it's a perfect platform. You take the body off, you throw everything away, put a new chassis on the LS, your air conditioning, and have it look the same, but have a killer driver.
See, okay, I like all that stuff. I would just start with something that isn't so original and nice as this.
No, this is the way you do it though, because you don't have to do anything else. It's already nice, because the paint and body is the most expensive part to do. So
it
if you
is.
can get a car like this where you don't have to do any chrome work or body work, or interior's nice, everything's good. On the outside, you're just changing all the underpinnings. It's almost a perfect car to do it to.
I don't know, you're kind of pulling the life out of the car for me. There's something about driving them as original as they are. You get to experience what it was in 1955 to drive one of these. Anybody can drive something new with an LS in it. You gotta actually know what you're doing with a 3 on the tree. Okay, I think this is an original, untouched headliner.
Could be.
I really think it is. And the seats might be awfully close to that. We've got a little bit of cleaning on them. Kevin's done a job already. We're gonna try to get them a little bit more white, but it is just so nice. There's clearly some things that have been, maintained over the year. Obviously, that's not the kind of carpet that came in these cars, right? That's a newer style, isn't it?
I don't know.
It doesn't have a pile. It's kind of just a flat
but
thing, you know?
That could have been.
But yes, it is a 3 on the tree car. Ooh, there's a clock in this one. Fancy.
Which is a factory option.
There's a factory option. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. This headliner, this looks pretty vintage in here. Wow. Again, you know, cleaned up a little bit, but mostly just arrived recently here. Let's spin this around.
Oh, that shut's like brand new.
It's like brand new. Yeah.
Just a nice car. And a post is kind of, everyone's like, oh, too bad it's not a hardtop. Well, no, it's cool because it's a post because, like I said in the previous videos, this is the new cool kid.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a post. Like the hardtop thing is still cool. I like the hardtop, but this is the more popular version now.
I really wonder too how many Bel Airs. It'd be interesting to see the numbers. How many Bel Airs came post versus hardtop? Because you'd think a top of the line car, a Bel Air, would be have been like sold more as a hardtop car.
Well, I would for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are probably actually more rare to have a Bel Air as a post, which is pretty neat.
Just tidy.
Just tidy. Like we haven't even had to clean in here. It's that nice. It's that nice. Everything is very original, obviously.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah.
the whole thing.
Very nice car. Yeah, somebody wanting like an all original 55 Bel Air. This is
the way to go. Yeah.
the color is really nice.
I get your point with like, you know, being able to start with this and make a hot rod out of it, but
Well, it depends. If you wanted to drive this to go get ice cream and drive it home,
yeah.
that's fine. If you want to drive this to Calgary with your tunes going and your AC going and do 120, this is not the car.
No, that's right.
So it's two different things, right?
That's right. That's totally it. Two different flavors, but really nice.
It's
really
a cool cruiser.
Really cool cruiser. Yeah. Beautiful paint and
It's just timeless.
it is. And like it's just such a perfect color combination, I think.
Yeah,
it's
the
a
wide whites
cream
and-
and the wide whites are in there and
Those are radials too, which is good.
they are radials. Like those are new. Are they Cokers? Yes, those are American classics. So they're radials, but they have the big white walls. So it's a lot easier on the driving than it is on bias
give it
ply
the look of the
tires.
original ones, right?
Exactly. I don't know. Pretty classy Chevy right there. I like that.
Yeah, we got
a few more to look at today, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go where the action is over here.
Which one are we gonna do first?
You wanna do red or you wanna do orange?
I don't know. Well, they both got to get done.
They both gotta get done. I'm gonna sneak through here. Let's go do the red one first.
Okay.
Okay, so speaking of original, right?
Okay, now this is where I don't say this very often, but this truck, it's all original, but this is one of the nicest done original trucks, or original anything that I've ever seen.
Look at that.
Such a nice, and I don't know what it is. This is a total parade truck. Like it's, go get ice cream. It's not very usable as far as like a daily driver, but you could, because they did back in the day. But it's just cool. It's just nice of how it is.
This is a 1949 F68.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited about it. I never even
Well, so it's basically the Super Duty of 1949.
Yeah,
the half-ton version was called an F47.
But I learned though, this 68 means that it's 6,800 pound you could haul.
Exactly.
That's the GVW is the 68.
Right. So it shares the same body as the half-ton, but it's the 3/4 or the 1-ton sort of
Suspension,
chassis.
yeah.
Suspension, as we would call it. Now, I learned that this truck originally did have a box on it.
Yes.
But during its restoration, it was just not salvageable
Yeah.
or realistic. So in a neat way though, this flat deck style thing, which is really nicely done, actually is a hydraulic setup now.
So we got to back it up a little bit now. This truck is actually a one owner truck. We got this truck from the grandson of the grandpa that bought it brand new.
That's right.
It's been in the family, one family owned its whole life.
Yep.
And how he was hauling water with it on the acreage, and it backed into a slough by accident, and that's how this whole thing got started.
Really?
Yeah, he was with his son at the time. He didn't tell his wife for like almost 20 years after the fact that his young son was in the vehicle with him when it backed into the slough.
No way.
Yes, true story.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
So that's when they decided to redo the truck, because it's a family truck, and and he couldn't, and he wanted to do it for the family and for himself, I guess.
Yep.
Like the cool mud flaps.
Yeah, where do you get those old vintage Wheat Province, Saskatchewan?
Actually, when we get inside, we'll even notice on the inside door pillar, his grandpa he wrote on the pillar all the oil changes and the dates and the miles.
Yeah.
And they didn't cover that up. They actually taped it off, and it's still there.
Exactly.
And in the ashtray is still the 22 shells for when they were out hunting in the truck, and he kept them in there.
So it was a farm truck. That's what its original purpose is.
Well, they were hauling water with it back.
Exactly. But it's been restored to the point that you like. This is
almost like the '69 Ford that we just had.
Yes.
It's almost over restored. Like it's just like every nut and bolt. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, is down to the last detail.
And like the underside of this thing, it's probably tall enough that we can get a shot. Like
I'll go in there in a second. But I mean, like, look at the weather stripping is perfect. Every piece is just flawless. The finishes are all like the correct colors, and everything is redone. Everything works. I mean, it's a pretty simple truck, honestly. I think this was probably a pretty fancy option to have a lighter in here. There's a lighter in here. Optional, obviously, signal lights, four-way flashers. Bull low. I think it's a 3-speed. I believe it's a 3. I don't know if it's a 4 with low or if it's a 3.
Enough to.
I know first gear, if you're up and to the left with this thing, is you could climb up the wall with this truck.
You get across the street.
Yeah, you have to shift into second gear before you cross the street, basically. What's really cool, let's see if I can get this to go. Like, even the heater, this little light glows through this little bake light piece, and everything works just the way it should. It's really neat. There's the heater box down there, finished exactly in the right finishes. The seat is recovered in the right stuff.
Actually, a rare piece. We'll go around to the other side. I want to show you the factory jack and stuff. And he was telling me this is a little wing nut. He didn't realize how rare this piece was, and you can't find it. So right here is the factory jack.
Okay, let me get in there.
There's a little wing nut there.
Wing nut right there, holding it down.
Holding it down.
Yeah.
That's almost impossible to even find that.
Wow.
And then the factory toolbox up top, right?
And he's got it wrapped in just foam so it doesn't bang around. Yeah. I remember hearing too from the owner that
this is the original horse. This is the original burlap. Springs.
The mice never ever got to this. Of course, the factory shell had to be replaced.
Yeah. But this is the original burlap.
It is. Yeah. Exactly. Look how nice the headliner's been done.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everything is restored just to the nines. Every last detail.
The stories are just.
The story's great. Oh yeah. In this, let's see if Rod's got the. Yeah. There's his grandpa's 22 shells that he found in the truck.
Yeah.
When the restoration was done.
He kept them in there. That's just. Well, you haven't looked at the engine yet.
No, I mean, there's more to see here.
Like, this is not my flavor. I don't like original stuff, but
I think this is clever. Look how this opens.
Oh, this is factory too.
Yeah, I know.
That would have stumped you for hours.
Actually, no. I went over and I found it pretty quick. That would have stumped me for hours. Thanks.
Well, someone typically of your age would have stumped them for hours.
Okay, that's a fair statement. Every clamp, every piece is just exactly how it would have been. Even the wiring is a new harness, obviously, reproduction.
Yeah, but it's the right wiring.
It's the right wiring.
Covering coating on it.
Yeah, it's all that right
stuff. The one
extra
wire back there, the ground, that's for the hoist.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, yeah, that's what you see there.
Yeah.
Oil bath, filter, and the whole
it runs
works.
like for a.
Oh, it just runs.
Flathead, it runs really well.
It's great. It's so clean.
Most of these would have like a 6 in it, right?
I think so.
I don't think I've seen too many that have the 8.
But mind you, it makes more sense that it's the heavy duty version that has the 8,
guess.
Right? Maybe the half ton is more featured the 6.
Should check out the chassis on this thing.
I mean, look under here. Look at that. This is like show truck mirrors on the floor restored to that condition. It's got the correct tires on it. I wonder, where would you even get these? They look like they're a little bit older, honestly.
Coker, that kind of a company.
Do they make them still? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they make that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get down here. See what we can see under here. Look at that.
Just yeah.
Oh, it's just poof.
That's why I love this truck so much.
It's flawless.
But I like the story. Stories are part of the truck. That's part of the history, right? And
Yeah.
Every vehicle here has a history, but to know the history, that's the hard part.
And it's tough because we get vehicles in from all over the place, everywhere. Some have been owned by a lot of people, and the story gets lost. Which is we're always sad when a story gets lost because lots of people want to know the story, and typically the ones with great stories like this are the ones that people are the most excited about.
This was in the Dragons car show in 23, so not this past year, but the year before. This was in the Dragons.
Yep. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's fun. It's funny to drive too because the clutch is heavy and the gears are these are straight cut gears, so it's got whine.
It's almost fun though.
It's fun.
I drove it across the shop there. My dad was with he was with somebody else, and he's seeing the smile on my face, and it's just whining going by. It's a big cumbersome. But it's fun.
So, okay, you're proving my point to me. You know how we always talk about this. This is my perspective, is that when you experience something like this, you drive it like it was built to be. So it's like a time machine. Yep. It's going back and experiencing what it actually was. So back to that 55 Chevy, it's the same idea. I get the LS swap, make it a modern driver, and I think there is definitely reasons to do that. And there's also the experience, and maybe it's because I'm a younger person that every new car is like driving a refrigerator, right? They're all the same. But when you get into something old, it's a completely sensory, tactile feeling,
I had a smile on my face. But if I was to drive this home towards Dalmany, by the time that I got home, I probably wouldn't have that smile on my face. But for short little jaunts,
exactly.
It's fun.
Exactly. For short little jaunts, it's fun because it is such a, it's a world that just doesn't exist anymore, except when you get an opportunity to drive something that's like this. So that's pretty darn cool.
And for my dad too, is our parents or whatever, that this is like their farm trucks back in the day. This is what they drove. This is what they hauled grain with.
In fact, our very own Kevin, I mean he's not he's not that old. He was, but he remembers these well. Like these were in service. Yep. They were driving around. They
regular
were
drivers. Yeah.
Yeah, he remembers doing oil changes on them. Everything like that. So pretty fun.
I like it. So
okay, let's switch gears 100%.
100%. So the old saying goes, having one cool win is good, but why not have two?
And it happens here all the time. We get multiples and triples and duplicates.
Not on purpose. It just happens.
Just happens. And here's a duplicate. In fact, they are one in front of the other right there. Look at that money shot.
So I just picked this one up yesterday. 2017 Challenger SRT Hellcat. So this is a Go Mango. And it's a manual transmission.
In fact, both of them in a row are.
Both of them are both manuals.
That's right.
This has got a sunroof.
Yeah, a few changes, a few differences than the blue one. Sunroof up there. We've got these stickers are dealer installed, but they're like Mopar actual accessories, right?
This one does not have the blackout hood where the blue one does.
That's right. You see a blackout there. This one
which
does
is a
not.
Factory option.
But they do have the same Brembo brakes and same.
And I think they call them
bronze or copper wheels.
Brass monkey wheels.
Is that what they're called? Yeah. You see the same thing there.
Yeah. So very similar cars.
Very similar cars.
17 sounds a little different. It's got a little different tone than the 16. I drove this one yesterday. It was quite nice out, and might have lost a couple of millimeters on the tires, but who's counting?
It's a super nice car.
I forgot how fun these were. Like I had a brand new one back in 16.
Yep.
That I only had for a couple of years, and Dallas and I drove it quite a bit on holidays, and I sold it, and that was one car that I kind of miss.
Yep.
Because it does drive like a regular car.
Oh yeah.
Like it really does. Like Dallas drove this for most of that second summer. I hardly ever got to drive it. Not this one, but we had a black one, and she didn't care. It had 700 horsepower. She just liked how it drove.
Yep.
And it sounded good. And it sounded cool. And
totally.
And I still have my license plate.
What's the plate?
I got Hellcat 1.
You have Hellcat 1. Probably everybody in the province is dying to have that one.
I've got Demon 1 too. I just never had a chance to get a new Demon.
This blue right here, beautiful shape, 50,000 kilometers. Go Mango, 30,000 kilometers.
30,000, got less kilometers, yeah.
Yeah. So they're both still low kilometer vehicles. But it's just neat to have end to end, you know.
I thought I loved the blue. Like that's my favorite when I first got here. Black looks phenomenal on these cars, but you see a lot of black ones. I thought I loved the blue, but until the orange one came, now I like the orange.
Yeah, you're into the orange.
I think just the brighter color on it. I don't know.
Yep, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat car.
I like this color, and I like the bright green on the Hellcats too.
Yeah, that like you're talking like this kind of green.
Yeah. I do like that on the new Hellcats. But I don't know. They're all cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can have one, might as well have two.
His and hers, like
in wintertime when you can't drive them, it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, a double car garage, put them both in there, and then just sit and drool.
His and hers, we can sell you a lift too. Put them on top of each other.
Well, there you go. Okay, we got more coming up.
Well, we already talked about some of the stuff. We got so much stuff across the street. Lots of hot rods. We got a 74 Duster coming in tomorrow, 4-speed.
That's probably going to go right over there, that empty spot.
We got a 40 Ford half-ton truck. Everyone that sees this truck is blown away. It's awesome.
That's the orange one we're talking about.
Orange one with the LT1.
Yeah.
38 Chev Coupe. I just finished polishing it last night, so we'll be probably bringing that back today. I don't know where it's going to go, but we'll bring it back. 57 T-Bird came in. That's really cool, like original car, but we need some touches on it and some updates, and it just like rubbers and
finishing basically.
It runs really awesome.
It does.
I fit in it enough to drive it over.
Sort of. I have a video of you getting into it. We're going to probably post that this weekend. So if you want to watch Rod fold himself into a T-Bird.
With the hardtop on.
With the hardtop on.
And I drove it across the street.
That's an entertaining video.
47 Merc ragtop. TCI front chassis on it. I think it's got an LS3. It's pretty cool. It's a real ragtop.
It's a real rag. It's like copper. Like a coppery,
root beer
copper with a tan top. It's a really good
tan
color.
Leather interior.
Tan leather interior. Really good color combo.
Tony Satcher just had that when he was doing some tuning on it. It's a brand new build. So 68 Camaro still doing some work on that.
Yep.
The Z. We still got a 93 GMC extended cab lowered truck over there. We've got to get that over here too. I got my Charger still, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that, my 69 Charger. But Darby's bringing back one today. It's a very high-end 23T bucket. It's a show quality. This is like show.
Like super glitter paint.
Super, like this is not your typical T bucket. This is like a very, very high-end, like cost more than this Hellcat kind of a T bucket.
Yeah.
It's not quite done yet, so my plan is to finish that. We're going to bring it home, and I'm going to try and finish that for the Dragons. Be very showy to have in the Dragons, and it's small enough it's going to fit in the booth good.
Yeah, we always have lots of people around, so it's great when we have a smaller footprint car because we get more room to.
This is the kind of car we would have it up on stands with mirrors. It's that kind of car.
Nice, that's great.
It's crazy cool. Anyway, I think that's all I got for now.
Cool. Well, that's a lot to look at. If you see something you want to take home, maybe pair of matching Hellcats, you can do that. rodshotrods.ca, pictures, pricing, and details. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to see what's new every week here, and we'll see you next time on Hot Rod Hangout.